What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy, Seth the Line Surgeon. And you already know what time it is. Tips and talk. All right, people. I'm recording this on my phone because I didn't have enough time to get a new video. I'm out here doing maintenance on my mowers, bro. I just sharpened some blades. It's crazy, bro. Today is 50-some degrees. 50s. For those who don't know about grass, I'm in a cool grass area, so cool weather grass area. So grass starts growing at 55 degrees. Today is supposed to be 50, tomorrow it's supposed to be 60. That is frightening. It is February. For those who know a little bit about grass, doesn't necessarily mean that the grass is going to start growing. I was talking to my wife about this. My wife was like, well, it doesn't mean it's going to start growing. It doesn't mean it's going to start growing. But it does start to wake up. You know how like sometimes when you kind of wake up in the morning at about 6 o'clock, but you still be sleepy and you go back to sleep? That's what the grass is doing on these days. They're kind of waking up and it's like, starting to warm up. But see, grass won't fully start to grow until the ground temperature gets up to 50. So the day could be 50, 60 for a few days, but it's going to take at least like a week for the ground to warm up to that 50-degree weather. And until that point, the grass won't grow. But it's thinking about it. So anywho, I'm going to talk about perception. I haven't even usually I kind of think about my tipsy talks. I kind of briefly thought about this, and the reason I want to talk about this, I recently was talking to a guy that he's starting a lawn care business, right? He's thinking about starting it, and he doesn't really have a car. I don't really think he has a mower. He just has the want and the will to start a lawn care business, and it's kind of crazy because I never even thought about it until I was put in a position where he asked me. He was like, what's one of the most important lessons that you can leave with me in starting this business? And I told him, perception. A lot of people thinking, oh, I gotta get the best equipment. Oh, I gotta advertise. Oh, I gotta. It's perception. If people perceive you as a hard-working business, then you're going to be a hard-working business. If people perceive you as a bad business, then you're going to be a bad business. It don't matter how hard-working you are or how good of work you do. If something you have done in the past makes people perceive you as a bad business, it's hard to get rid of that. And so that's why I say perception. Perception is what people think about you. So for those of you who are new to my tipsy talks, I like to tell a little long story to get my background on what I'm talking about, and then I get to the point. So the background I'm gonna give is on me. I'm gonna give you a little personal information about myself. I grew up, well, let me go back even further. My parents both grew up in the city of Richmond. You know, not I wouldn't say not well off. You know, not bad off, but not well off, in some hood areas. And so they grew up, they met, they got married, they had me. And our first house was in Richmond. And then when I was 3 years old, we moved out into the county, right? And so this is where perception starts. For their friends that they had grew up with for years and years, and to other people, when somebody moves out to the county, you got a big house, lots of land, the perception is, you doing good. You must be having a little money. You must be making some money. But I mean, my parents were making enough money, but they weren't making a lot of money. But that was the perception. You get what I'm saying? And perception could go either into, we were a black family living out in the county, which was at the time predominantly white. So even to those other white families, the perception, that black family's doing pretty good. But little did they know, my parents was right. If you have poor, middle class, and then high class, my parents was right over the fence of middle class. Now, eventually, over the time of living in the county, we grew into our perception, if y'all following me. But when we first moved there, we were perceived as something that we might not have been. But the benefit of being perceived as something that you aren't, it gives you that wiggle room. Like I said, even though in a business, Triple D had brought this video up that I made a long time ago. It's called Fake It Till You Make It, right? And what I was saying was that you want to act like the biggest, baddest business on the block, even though you might not be. And then once you're able to grow into the shoes that you're faking, no worries. And that all comes down to perception. You want to give people the perception that you are this big, bad business, knowledgeable. Now, I'm not saying going out here and take a risk. I'm not saying going out here and act like you doing 30 yards of mulch and you only got like a little 4x6 trailer or something like me when I started out. No, I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is, what my biggest plus was my mouth. When I talk to people, I make sure that I show them how much knowledge I have. I will always say that. I will say, I'm handing out these flyers. I told the guy that was starting this business, I said, I used to hand out like 100 flyers. Out of those 100 flyers, I probably get 5 callbacks. And out of those 5 callbacks, 2 would turn into jobs, right? And those 2 that turned into jobs were people that I actually talked to. Because I knew if I could get an audience with that person, I could talk to them and I could show them that I am different than all the other people she didn't probably talk to, or he didn't probably talk to. They probably call 5, 10 different people, and I'm going to make sure that I stand out by giving them some knowledge. And my knowledge was a mix of, see, a lot of people are scared to give knowledge. They're scared to say, oh, this is how you do this is how you do this, because they feel like if they tell them, then that person's not going to hire them and they're going to lose money. But if the person was planning on doing whatever it is that they thinking about hiring you to do, they would have did it. They would have went on YouTube. They would have Googled it. They would have did it themselves. They're calling you. So I tell them, I'm going to do A, B, C, E, F, G. I think I skipped D. Whatever. And 9 times out of 10, they still hire me. So don't be scared to tell people your game plan. And if they do, and I'm telling you, 7 times out of 10, the people that you tell your game plan to and they don't call you back, they might have went and tried to do it themselves. They say, oh, well, he just told me how to do it. I could go to Lowe's and I could get those materials and I could do it myself. 7 times out of 10, those people will go try to do it and then realize it's a little bit harder than they thought. Then they'll call you back because you were the person that was even nice enough to give them that information. I'm trying to figure out how I got down this road. Perception. But yeah, and all right, let me go down this avenue, right? I don't want y'all to think that when I say perception, I want y'all to deceive people. Because you have to build their trust. You have to build a rapport. So I'm not telling you to lie to people. One thing when I was a policeman that they used to tell us to say, and I used to use it all the time. Somebody comes, because you got to think about it. When I got on that police uniform, people feel like I know everything, and they want to come up to me and ask me. People coming up ask me, because I'm state police, what's the weather like in Charlottesville? I'm like, I don't know. But they think you know everything. And what they used to tell us is don't be scared to say, I don't know. So people used to come up to me and be like, hey, what's the code section of of this and that? And I'd be like, I don't know, but I can get back to you. And same thing with the lawn care. Somebody asks you, do you know how to do such and such? A lot of times, I'm honest. I'll tell them, no, I don't know how to do that. No, I won't say I don't know how to do it. I say, I have never done that, but I can do it. You have to let them know the truth. Let them know you've never done something, but, it's not that far out of your reach. And you can go home, you can research it. And when I first started, I wouldn't even tell them that much. I would just be telling them, yeah, I could do it. And then I'll go YouTube a video. Perception. Yeah, that's the biggest part of your business. A lot of times when I'm out cutting yards, I'm not out here. I used to be that guy. Every time I saw one of the neighbors, I'd be like, hey, do you need such and such done? Hey, blah, 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 blah. And I realized, that was a little too aggressive. Maybe there is a bird in my shed. Y'all see it? There is a bird in my shed. There is a bird in my shop. I thought that was Rocky. I thought Rocky was in the house. It's springtime. It is springtime, people. I have never been more excited about a season. I'm gonna give you all a little background. So when I used to be working full-time and doing lawn care part-time, I would be scratching and clawing just trying to make it to February, right? When I first went full-time in 2019, 2019 to 20 winter, I was a little better because I had a little nest egg, but I was still scratching and clawing, you know. This winter has been the first winter I have cruised through the wintertime. And not only did I cruise through the wintertime, I am going to be starting off the season with, hey, how you doing? I'm going to be starting off the season with 50 plus customers. Starting off the season. And I don't say this, you know, y'all know me. I am not braggadocious. I just say this to motivate people. Like I said, I just talked to that guy who's thinking about starting his business. Somebody referred him to me to talk to me. And I told my wife, and I was like, I think I'm a mentor. I have had multiple mentors in my career, in my business as an entrepreneur. Entrepreneur mentors, I've had lawn care mentors, I've had life mentors. I've had mechanical mentors. Romeo, he's my mechanical mentor. He helps me fix everything. If you think I'm a mechanic, he's 10 times of the mechanic I am. But like I said, I use this YouTube channel as a platform to document the growth of my business, right? And I feel like this is another peak. You get the peaks. When I first started my business, and I'm using like little rinky-dink residential trimmers, residential mowers, I hit my first peak in 2013 when I got my Bilt Mustang 0 turn. Then I was like, okay, I got a business. And I think the next peak was when I got this trailer. This trailer, I remember I made a video and I said, it's no turning back. Because before I was just kind of messing around with lawn care at that point, because I said that you know, I had a little 5x8 trailer. I had a little residential mower. If I wanted to turn back and be like, oh no, I don't want to do a lawn care business, I could. I just bought a 16-foot trailer, 7x16-foot trailer. It's no turning back at this point. And so that was that peak. And of course, the next peak was 2016. I bought this trailer in 2015. Then next year, I bought 2 commercial mowers. The Walk Behind right here and the Gravely. And ever since then, I've kind of been float, you know. And I guess you could call my peak when I left my full-time job a peak, I guess. But I don't really consider that a peak, because when I left my full-time job, I still had 25 customers. I was cutting 25 customers when I had my full-time job, so that's nothing. What my peak is this season. Starting off with 55, between 55 and 60 customers. Starting off with that. I just like to do this because I feel like a lot of people, they give y'all, like I said, you know, when you meet me in person, I'm more laid back, I'm chill, whatever. And I feel like on a lot of social media, they give you their persona. But I want to give y'all like my feelings. I wouldn't say it's my feelings, but my mindset, where I'm at right now, because you might be in a similar position. You might get to this position. So I want you to know that this is normal. This is normal to feel anxiety. And the anxiety that I feel about at this moment, right, starting this season, and anxiety is a mix between excitement and fear, I believe, is that I can cut 60 yards by myself, light work. But last year I went from 25 customers to 60 customers. How many customers am I going to grow this year? You know? And the only person I got helping me right now is my dad. I just talked to him yesterday. He's all squared away. You know, I'm saving a little change. I'm not gonna go out here and buy no hoopty. But like I said, I'm weighing my options, and I want to get something that I know is ready to go. Even if I got to do a little work to it, you know, fix this here, fix that there, you know, alternator, battery, or brakes, or, you know, tie rod, or something like that, that's fine. But I want it to be ready to buy in the next week. My dad is out driving it, you know, working. That's where we at. Can't wait to get my TV. See, y'all know I got the fridge right here, right, bro? Got the fridge. Got the chair, and we got an old flat screen inside. Already got a mount. I'm about to mount that in here. Problems. Yeah, so. Get prepared, people. Get your mind right. Not only get your equipment right, Get your mind right. Right now is the most important part of your season. Throughout the season, you're going to go through ups, you're going to go through downs. You're going to feel like, I don't know how I'm going to get these jobs done with this mower down. I don't know how I'm going to get these yards cut. Right now, you need to get all that anxiety, all that frustration out the way. Because during the season, if you let that frustration slow you down, that could be a job you miss. That could be a client loss. That could be a new big job that you lost. You don't have time during the season to whine. Gotta get it. Gotta get it. Anywho, thanks for watching. Comment, subscribe. Stay tuned. Yes, sir.